What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Random Robber edition as we tackle the last video that will have this beauty in it. It's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get 2.333333333 forever. If you want to be specific, times bigger. It's gonna be a 210.
Look, you got a point right here. It is. Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
This 90 gallon is gonna double and some change in size. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be 6 feet long, 2 feet deep, and if I'm not mistaken, like 29.5 inches deep.
Ow.
I wanted to buy essentially a 210, a new 210, but I had to jump on this deal. This deal was too good. Sorry, Andy from Fishland, the best deals in town as far as aquariums go, but I had to go with this deal. Everything just felt right, man. I'll go into that in a second, but it was what I wanted. It was something that was not drilled. I didn't want to drill it because I was scared of leaks. It just freaks me out to have a box with some holes in it with water that can destroy your house, the floor at least, and even the sheetrock. It'll just cause, it'll do some damage to your life for a little while, as far as spiritually and financially goes. But that is something that I wanted to avoid with this tank. On Craigslist, it had been up there for 8 days, 7 days, I think, and it felt right. It came right at the time I was looking for a 210. I've been looking for a little while. I've been talking to Andy and old boy at Fishbowl for a while. Wanted to get the tank, wanted to get the stand. But this thing popped up and it just felt right. The guy was really nice. His name was Robert as well, which was pretty funny. This thing was well taken care of. Being a box of water, it's that huge, especially any box of water, 10 gallons on the ground is detrimental, it's ridiculous. But 210 gallons, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. 90 gallons was crazy. That's why I went ahead and went new. I spent $1,300 on everything initially. It's a lot of money, but for the peace of mind that I got, it was definitely worth it. And you know everything about it. You know what it's gone through, you know where it's been, you know it hasn't been on unlevel plains. It's just way better. So I was skeptical about this and any sort of purchase on Craigslist before and even kind of then. But when I went to go check it out, it was well maintained. The people's house that it was in was nice, well kept. When I saw this, everything was nice. The tank was well kept. The way he was talking to me about meticulously taking care of it, it looked beautiful, and they were just trying to get out of the hobby. It's made by Aquarium Design Group here in Houston, Texas. They're renowned. They've been around for a while, and you know it's custom made. So these guys spent a lot of money on it. They obviously enjoyed it, passed it on to me. So I went with it, and there's lots of goodies with it too. It has 2 flugel X's. I was only going to go with 1 initially, but I was going to go with the sump. I was questioning the sump, but then I said no, the bulkheads and the drilling, I'm kind of scared about it. I said, let me go ahead and go with the filters. Although they can back flush, if a hose pops off, that siphon will go all the way down until wherever that filter's inlet is at. So there's factors and risk everywhere. But with this guy, especially with the canister filters that I'm familiar with, I was all about 2 flugel X's, flugel FX6s, and the plumbing that he has on it is sick. He has the Eheim green tubing going to some PVC 3/4 inch coming up, and those are the little inlets and outlets, or ins and outs for the canister filters. That is what I like too. He has shelving, he has a whole bunch of stuff that I'm gonna go into the next video about. A plethora of things, medications, air pumps, heaters, that I'm gonna be able to utilize, and it's gonna keep me from having to purchase any new items. So I was skeptical, but all the things felt right, and I went ahead and just went with the flow. I'm gonna document everything. I'm gonna document taking the fish tank from their house, bringing it over here, putting it in the house, leveling it, putting the sand in, just like what I did with this tank. I'm gonna duplicate it for the 210. And it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be almost like Steve Poland Aquatics, or just Steve Poland. I don't know what happened to him, but he made this badass video about him getting his 210, and then he got an even bigger tank after that. But about the 210, I'm trying to mimic his documentation, showing them carrying it into the house and him setting it up and doing all the sand and whatnot. It's pretty cool to be able to look back at that, just like I'm gonna be able to do, and you'll be able to do too. So stay tuned for the next episode, and this thing is not gonna be here anymore, which kind of sucks. But it is pretty cool because it is pretty memorable. Yeah, and that's it. So until the next one, peace. So as a parting documentation, I just want to go over all of the decor and why I chose it particularly, because these two pieces have particular reasons for being chosen, and also why I put the plants where I did. So we can start on the left side right here with this big arch piece. I really like this arch piece. For one, the fish can occupy the arch underneath it, making them feel a little safer. And this piece was really sweet. It actually just let the piece of wood sit perfectly inside the tank. So it's just a very nice piece of wood. And this happens to be the pieces of wood, the one piece that they spawned on very, very much, as opposed to this one. They did it a couple times on this one because of the vertical. But anyway, with these rocks right here, the little caves, there's a cave right here as well, and this kind of underlying part, I got it intentionally for the Corydoras, because I know they like to hang out in those little areas just like they are there. And I don't know if there's a couple over here, but they do like to hang out under caves. Oh, there's one right there actually doing his thing. So if you do have Corys, it's pretty sweet to have these little crevices so that they can hang out and feel a little safer in. What else? This one particularly, just because of this underlying part, it was a little cave for these guys. And the edge of this was this just rock. All these rocks were pretty randomly chosen, and they look pretty good. I just put them pretty much just around the areas where the wood was touching the ground and around the plants. It actually made a nice little, oh sorry, freaking them out. Made a nice little aquascape and broke up the white sand with this moss ball. This moss ball was a recent addition. There was also, where's that job for? Let me put that thing over there. There it is. So I put the plants in the particular area so that it would break up the hardscape. It's really nice how I just have it dabbled here and there. These two pieces went in, this one went in nicely right here. Stuck it in a little, I don't know what you call that, just a little V section. And this one, it just grabbed onto these two little limbs pretty nicely. When I bought it, the rhizome had the leaves growing up that way, so I just plotted it right there with a little zip tie and the Java fern on the bottom of that, right there at the zip tie to kind of cover it. But this plant has taken really well to that stump, and it's a beautiful piece of aquascape. This one as well had the Anubias Nana Petite. Put that on there with a zip tie right here, the black one, you can't really see it. Very nice, very nice. And then these guys as well, these Anubias with zip ties. Black zip ties are the way to go. Fishing line too, but that was kind of a pain in the butt. Either way, that was the choice on plant placement. And also in the back corners, I really like having, I wish I had jungle valve to sweep up the corners. That's why I got the bubbles. But there, the jungle valve just never thrived in here, so I have the crypts back here. And yeah, the crypt right there with the Java fern. I like the way it looks, man. It's a pretty sweet setup. But on to bigger things. Hopefully it's a better thing. And yeah, that's pretty much the way it is. I'm gonna go ahead and start moving it. So this is the last time she'll look like this right here.
Ooh.